The Balance of Trade, the Prebisch-Singer story. In the 1940s, Raúl Prebisch worked in the city of Santiago, Chile. He was an economist who spent his days studying how countries traded with one another. He noticed that the wealth of the world was not moving as people expected. Across the wide Atlantic Ocean, Hans Singer was working in the busy city of London. Hans was also a brilliant economist. He was looking at the same world puzzles as Raúl, but from a different perspective. Raúl looked at the exports from South America. Countries were selling primary goods like coffee, sugar, and copper. He realized that while the farmers worked hard, the prices for these raw materials did not stay high for long. In his office, Hans studied the exports from industrial nations. These countries sold manufactured goods like cars, radios, and heavy machinery. He saw that the prices for these complex items seemed to rise over time. Raúl discovered a problem. As people in rich countries earned more money, they didn't spend it all on more food. They only needed so much coffee. This meant the demand for primary goods stayed low. Hans observed the opposite trend. When people got richer, they wanted more advanced technology and better machines. This kept the demand and the prices for manufactured goods very high. Raúl sat down to write his findings. He argued that if a country only sold raw materials, it would have to sell more and more just to buy the same single machine from abroad. He called this a decline in the terms of trade. Hans reached a similar conclusion at the United Nations. He realized that the gap between the rich, industrial nations and the developing nations would keep growing unless something changed. When their ideas were combined, it became known as the Prebisch-Singer Hypothesis. Raúl showed that the global trade system had a natural bias that favored the wealthy and squeezed the poor. Today, the work of Raúl and Hans reminds us to look closely at how the world works. Their hypothesis taught us that for trade to be truly fair, we must ensure every nation has the chance to build and innovate.